Okay, so against Druid, I think we're just fine keeping Sorcerer's Apprentice. Frostbolt isn't too good here. Flame Strike isn't too good here either. Yeah, no, TS Roads, man. It's actually a big part of this deck, dude. With the Forgotten Torch, I think, as well. I go face a lot more now than I would have with the old deck. I think that's one of the reasons that Ice Block is quite good in a list like this. Just because it gives you more options. In the old list, what we'd really like to do is save our cheap spells for late game, use them with Tony against the more late gamey decks, and then try and win off of this. Whereas with this one, I feel like I can play just a lot more proactively and try and dumpster my opponents before then. This is not a turn that I like to do here, or I like to have to play out here, because I really don't want to Sorcerer's Apprentice into Mirror Image. But if we don't do that, and we don't have a way to remove this card, I think we just lose the game. Especially with a hand like this, with two dead cards right now, with Harrison and Arcane Intellect. But if he does have Living Roots or a Wrath, that means we're in an even worse spot than we would be if we didn't use a Mirror Image. And him keeping these two cards just leads me to believe that he has at least one of those. Yeah, so we're just going to Sorcerer's Apprentice Mirror Image. Hey, nice math, fifth business, dude. That's good, dude. No, man, like, I used the Blood Mage Thalos, and then I'm like, and then the Roaring Torch, I believe. Then I look over the left of my hand, I'm like, oh yeah, there's an Ice Lance in here. Yeah, no, good math, dude. I think we just have to play this naked. Cold Sorcerer is just not good enough here. Even if, like, he just attacks in here, plays a 4 mana card, what we can do is just Arcane Intellect and trade their next turn if we get one bounce. So I think we're okay. We attack in first, then we Fireball. There's a 25% chance we're in a horrible position. Otherwise, we're in a good spot now. So I think this is okay. Rip. Okay. Yeah, Flamewaker is naked, man. You're definitely right. Very, very naked. Okay. We can't Fireball that. We just have to Harrison. Although this is the Beast Druid list, so we don't really have to be dodging our Koa. But in this scenario, Fireball is so much better against it. Druid of the Claw. I mean, I like it. I like the aggressive plays here. But he does get punished a little bit. We're going to draw first. Azure Drake is pretty good. Again, we could have gone face there, but he has card advantage. And we really don't want him to get the free trade on our 3-2. You definitely can play Yawgmage with one Tome. Or sorry, one Kabbalist. But I wouldn't recommend it, man. I like both of them. But again, it is a playstyle choice. I just like the card because of how flexible it is. And I'm very accustomed to using it. So I actually haven't run too many lists without it. You could replace it with something like Ethereal Conjurer for more immediate value. But again, it has 3 health. It gets removed way too easily, in my opinion. And I also think the card is like a really good way to win against decks like Zoo, where you can just discover so many cards that are good and it can help you stall the game out. Just cards that you wouldn't want to run in your deck otherwise. Yeah, so we do just Frostbolt here. But I definitely think you could get away with doing that though, just running one of them. But for my playstyle, I wouldn't recommend it. Like if you play similarly to the way that I play, yeah, I definitely wouldn't recommend it. The card's just so good because it can give you what you need. Even the cards that you don't need, like Shatter, can sometimes be good. Okay, so now we're looking for a Flamemaker, right? Flamemaker would be a very good draw here. With the arcane missiles, that is. Cabalist is great as well. I think we just do this. A Nova would be good here. Is Vaporize better or is Ice Barrier better right now? Vaporize, we get rid of one of these. This will gain us 8 armor. We could alternatively just Arcane Missiles ping. He attacks in here. Then he gets a 1 mana card. Goes to go face again. When are we gonna play Ice Barrier? You know what? No, we're gonna go aggressive. We attacking? Do we even? No, we don't attack in first. Okay, that's fine. Gives him a bad trade. He needs to hero power as well or have Wrath. Second Wrath. No, I wouldn't say less aggressive, man. You could put in some cards that are lower on the mana curve and play... Really, like, if you replace a Cabalist with something like an Ethereal Conjure, the deck will be played basically the same way. But I just like how flexible the card is my point, I guess. I'm not saying it too concisely. But yeah, I really value how flexible the card is why I like it so much. Good replacement for Blood Mage Thalnos. You could just run an Antonidas, Water Ellie. Just really any other solid Tempo Mage card. If you don't have the Thalnos. I wouldn't say use one of like... I wouldn't say use like a Loot Hoarder though. Like, don't use one of the common Blood Mage Thalnos replacements. Yeah, I'd say run like Antonidas, Faceless Summoner, Ethereal Conjure, something like that. Okay, so here we're gonna draw first. Yeah, I'm just gonna look to draw first. See what we can draw into. Flame Strike's very good. Mirror Image is good as well. We can just Fireball here, then Vaporize. That seems kind of weak though. Maybe we just want a Mirror Image. He's kind of out of cards. We could just Mirror Image Ice Block. And then like Ice Lance a 5/4. We do this to set up for a good Flame Strike for next turn. It means he'll think we don't have removal if we play like this. Yeah, we ping there. It sort of lets him know that we do have the Flame Strike. But I think if you're playing an aggressive list, at this point if you have cards that are playable, you're going to play them. Okay, so it's fine. Unfortunately, we can't just Flame Strike to clear this whole board here. We'll see what we do draw though. No, we can with the Frostbolt. So that could be good. Again, if we do that, our hand is a little bit dead here. And if he gets a 2 attack minion from here that isn't 1 health, we're in a bad position. Otherwise, what do we do here? No, I don't think there's a play that works if we don't Flame Strike. Just because then our Sorcerer's Apprentice dies, and that's our only minion right now. So we Flame Strike first. Nice, okay, that's something we can deal with. We ping. Go face. Okay. The Mirror Image has actually been pretty clutch here. But again, we are looking for our later game cards now. So like second is Azure Drake or Yogg. Yogg would be good. Yeah, so Arcane Blast isn't too great here. We're just going to Vaporize. Go face. He's actually used both Druid of the Claws, so he can't just charge one of those out and go face. Agent Enthusiast? How do I even pronounce your name, dude? I keep on pronouncing it. You know, I'm just going to call you Age, dude. Age, okay. So Age, I wouldn't say run a Forbidden Flame over an Arcane Blast, man. Wait, if you're running a Thalnos too, like, you're all in on Spell Power, man. So by being all in on Spell Power, you really just want to get value from the Arcane Blast here. Even if you're not, this card is just too good in my opinion. Like, Forbidden Flame is better later on in the game, of course. Like, say, right now, if this was a Forbidden Flame against Druid, I'd be more happy. way more happy, especially now. Like, I clear a 7-6 with it. But it's not, dude. Like, you play against Zoo and Hunter, 2 of our unfavorable matchups, and you use that card. On turn 2, you can't Sorcerer's Apprentice and use an Arcane Blast to clear one of their 3/2s. So then you just lose the game. Like, you play your Sorcerer's Apprentice, and it's just a vanilla 3/2, and you don't get any tempo out of it, and they just got to remove your card for free and develop more, then you're in a terrible position, and you can't win after that. Especially against those fast decks that'll just end the game quick, and we can't do anything. In this list, I think Thalnos is just there for the spell power and the draw, but I don't think it's crucial to the deck. If you're going to replace it, I wouldn't say Kobold. I'd say a card that generates more tempo. Or just really, yeah, I mean, not even that. Just any solid minion. We're just going to go face here. We do have the Vaporize, so. If we do draw a Flamewaker, it's better, but this is better for Yogg. And I'd like to do this just so we have one more draw for a Fireball. Being Roaring Torch, sorry, not actually a Fireball. No, like Forbidden Flame does work with it, but it'll only do 0 damage if you have 0 mana is what I mean. Whereas Arcane Blast is 0 mana, deal 2 damage, and if you have a Spell Power minion, it's deal 4. But say you have Sorcerer's Apprentice on the board, and you have 10 mana and you use Forbidden Flame, it'll do 11 damage. Like, you'll get +1 damage from it. Agent, okay, okay. Yeah, we're 1 off lethal, so I'm actually not... do we want to use Arcane Blast here? It represents 2 damage, puts him at 2. I don't think there's any point, though. I actually think it was a misplay to play that. We did it way too fast. We'll see how hard we get punished, though. I guess start thinking more before I do stuff. I try and talk so much, and then I just get, I get distracted by my own thoughts. Yeah, so we still do have the Roaring Torch for lethal. Sorry about that. Yeah, we're just gonna call Sorcerer here. Drawing second Arcane Missiles is the exact same thing with or without spell power. It's still lethal. But yeah, right now we're in a good spot, I think. A lot of top decks that are good. That wasn't discovered. I actually kind of like that, though. That's like 6 mana, deal 5 damage, draw a card. It's not great, but it cycles, and 5 damage face when you're playing an aggressive deck like this is usually pretty good. Okay. So again, we draw one more spell to 6. No matter what the spell is, we have lethal next turn. It's pretty good, actually. But we do have the Arcane Blast to answer. Innervate Hero Power, pretty good. I like this guy's play. He knows he's not going to win by doing anything else other than that. Okay. Frostbolt. Okay. So we just Arcane Blast that. Ping his face. And yeah, sometimes Cabalist is unfortunate and gives us cards like this. But Polymorph War means that even if we do draw a Blood Mage Thalnos or a second Mana Worm, we do have lethal. So it's pretty good. Okay, okay. Yeah, no, I'm similar to you, man. I play a lot of Warrior, Hunter, and Mage, I guess, right now. Yeah, those would probably be the main classes that I play. I used to play Druid a fair bit, too. Yeah, so good game, guys. A little bit longer because we didn't hold the Flamemaker. We played it too prematurely. But still, overall...